I've left. I didn't even pack my bags. Not a problem. I'll just get new stuff, right? I basically told the CIEE, people in charge of my program, I couldn't stay with the family any longer and I moved out. This isn't my first visit to Japan. I stayed in Shibashi before for 2 weeks with a family last summer, and they offered me to go stay with them. It's close enough to my classes in Tokyo. Hopefully CIEE will allow it. But even if they don't, there's no way in hell I'm going back to that house. Although I'm positive they will allow it, given the circumstances. Mom and Dad did not write that note. I figured out this morning when I ventured out of my room. Although my door was clean, I poured salt in front of it last night. Every door was marked with death. As I was grabbing something to eat, I noticed a bit of what looked like blood near the closet that Akane and I had hidden. I opened the door, and well, I wish I hadn't. Mom and Dad were there, still breathing, although barely, thank God. But their eyes, oh God, their eyes weren't there. I don't know how else to put it, they were just blood-filled sockets, no eyelids, as though someone had taken a knife and carved them out. They could barely speak. They were in tremendous amounts of pain. Akane, no, please, whispered Mom. Don't worry, it's Sarah. I'll help, I whispered. I grabbed the salt and made a line in front and around all sides of the staircase fast, for good measure. Then I figured it wasn't enough, so I burnt more incense in all the lower level rooms before helping up Mom and Dad to get them to the door. The phone lines weren't working. To hell if the neighbors knew and gossiped. Saving them was more important than saving their reputation. I was really glad that I'd done the right thing with the salt, because as I was helping them out the door, there was Akane. Her eye patch was gone, and her left eye was torn out. It looked like she'd done it herself. Previously, her eyelid was just scarred over her eye from the accident. She held the knife from the ritual, and it was covered in blood. Blood that I suspect had come from Mom and Dad. I tried really hard not to throw up. Her right eye stared at us, rolling around in her head crazily, and she smiled. Too bad I didn't find you. I freaked out. I yanked Mom and Dad up and out of the house, ran to the neighbors for help, and got an ambulance. As I left, the current window of Akane's room fluttered, and I swear, I saw her eye peeking out. I went to the shrine next. He told me that I was still fine, that the salt and incense had protected me and I was pure in spirit. But I pleaded with him to cleanse the house. I told him about Akane, I gave him the address, and he promised he would help by making a house visit. I called the aunt to warn her about baby Arena, and she told me Arena had died suddenly 3 days ago, in the middle of the night, and she hadn't the strength to tell Mom and Dad. I cried. I told her everything and warned her about Akane. She began crying as well on the phone, sobbing and gasped. I apologized so many times, I lost count, but she told me to stay safe. For Arena. I then called up my old host family in Shiba, hopping on a train to Tokyo to meet up with them, and moved in a couple of hours ago. I'm not sure if the priest was able to help Akane or not, but there's no way I'm going back to that house for a long, long time. Some of you guys have been worried about visiting Japan after reading this. Ironically, I would encourage it. However, whatever you do, don't fuck around with the occult here. This isn't Ouija board shit, this is full-scale death. Curses, misery, please just don't do it. Every time I close my eyes, I see Mom and Dad's empty eyes, and I'm terrified. Terrified of Akane. I keep incense and salt in my room, and I hung talismans here. I feel safe. For now. How long will it take until I'm found? Update 1. Telephone rang even though it's 11 p.m. My Chiba family was a bit disgruntled. It's the priest from the temple. I'm sure to update again after the call. Hopefully, it's good news. Update 2. It's complicated. He apologized profusely, but said he could not save Akane entirely. Her spirit had binded with Arena to the extent that when he attempted to cleanse her, it didn't work properly or something. He said that she is in the hospital along with her parents. While she is no longer possessed, the curse will remain on her and her descendants for the next 4 generations. Apparently her parents, her aunt and uncle, and older generations of the family should be fine, and I'll be fine too. He wants me to come back to the shrine and talk to him Sunday.